Imagine this. You've climbed the career ladder, you've finally reached that prestigious new job, only to be told overnight that the rules have changed and you have to go back. Well, that's the heart of the legal roller coaster we're about to unpack today. It's a wild story of ambition, a really controversial ruling, and in the end, a supreme correction. So let's dive into how it all went down. It sounds like something straight out of a TV show, right? I mean, can a sitting judge, after earning a promotion to a higher court, actually be sent back down? You'd think that's just not possible in a system that's built on hierarchy and seniority. But this wasn't fiction. This was the shocking reality for hundreds of judicial officers all across India. Just like that, their careers were thrown into total chaos by a single Supreme Court judgment that completely rewrote the rulebook. Now, to get how this happened, we first have to understand the path to becoming a judge in the first place. Okay, so how do you even become a district judge in India? Well, the process is laid out in Article 233 of the Constitution, and traditionally, it offered a few different ways to get to this senior position. Think of it like this. There are 3 lanes to the district judge's bench. First, you've got the standard promotion path for existing civil judges. You work your way up. Then, there's direct recruitment for experienced lawyers from the outside. But the one that's absolutely crucial for our story is this third one, the hybrid path. This allowed a sitting judge who also happened to have a lot of prior experience as a lawyer to take a shortcut, to compete for a fast-track promotion. The thinking behind it was simple. It was a great way to get experienced legal minds to join the lower judiciary by giving them a quicker way to move up. And then 2020 happened. A case known as Dheeraj Mor versus the High Court of Delhi landed like an earthquake, and it completely upended the system, taking direct aim at that third hybrid path. Look at how stark this is. Before this ruling, that hybrid path was a totally legitimate fast track. But the court in the Dheeraj Mor case drew a hard line in the sand. Their argument was all about preventing queue jumping. Basically, they said that once you join the judicial service, you're no longer part of the bar of lawyers. And because of that, your only way up is through internal promotion. That's it. You can't compete with lawyers from the outside anymore. The door was slammed shut. So, okay, a legal interpretation changed. Big deal, right? Well, what did that actually mean for the real people involved? The consequences weren't just some abstract legal theory. They were immediate, they were devastating, and they put hundreds of careers into a state of, well, legal limbo. And we're not talking about a minor little issue affecting a handful of people. No way. This one single judgment sent shockwaves through the careers of hundreds of judicial officers across the entire country, completely turning their professional lives upside down. And the fallout? Wow, it was immense. Judges who had already been promoted to district judge were suddenly reverted, demoted, sent back to being civil judges. Can you imagine? Then you had candidates who'd passed their exams, they were just waiting for their appointment letters, and suddenly they were left totally stranded. And the entire seniority list, which is so critical to how the judiciary works, was thrown into absolute chaos. But, the story doesn't end there in chaos. That decision was challenged, which led to a whole new legal battle, one that would go all the way up to a special, high-powered bench of the Supreme Court itself. So the journey to fix this mess began almost right away. After that disruptive ruling in 2020, a new case popped up to challenge it. The issue was seen as so fundamental to the law that by 2025, it was escalated to a special constitutional bench. And on October 12th, that bench did something huge. It overruled the very decision that had caused all the problems in the first place. So what exactly is a constitutional bench? Well, it's not just any group of judges. It's a bigger bench, 5 or more judges, brought together specifically to answer major legal questions about how the Constitution itself should be interpreted. The very fact that this case needed one just shows you what a big deal this was.
And their final verdict? It couldn't have been clearer. The court itself declared that what happened to these judges, stripping them of positions they had rightfully earned, was, in their words, unjustified. I mean, that quote just says it all, doesn't it? The court wasn't just changing a rule. It was correcting a deep injustice.
But here's the thing. Just saying the old ruling was wrong wasn't going to be enough. The court knew it had to provide a detailed blueprint to actually repair the damage that had been done over the last 5 years. So they didn't just reverse the decision, they laid out a comprehensive plan for justice. First order of business, reinstatement. Simple as that. The court ordered that all those judges who were demoted be immediately put back in their positions as district judges, and that it should be effective from the date they were first appointed. Okay, so what about their pay and seniority? This is where it gets a little technical, but it's so important. The court awarded something called notional pay benefits. So, here's the key. They wouldn't get a big check for all the back pay they missed, but their salary and their pension would be recalculated as if they had been a district judge this whole time. This fixed their financial future and, crucially, their place in the seniority line. And the court's plan, honestly, it was incredibly thorough. They thought of everything. On top of reinstatement and the pay benefits, they ordered that appointment letters be sent out immediately to all those people left in limbo. They set up special committees in each state to sort out the messy seniority issues. They ordered that all the hiring processes that were paused be finished up. And, get this, recognizing that 5 years had passed, they even granted an age relaxation for candidates who had become too old to apply while they were waiting for justice. It really makes you think, doesn't it? What is the true measure of justice? This whole saga shows that it isn't just about getting the law right. It's about having the courage, as an institution, to admit when you got it wrong. And maybe even more important, having the wisdom to meticulously repair the lives that were broken in the process. This 5-year legal roller coaster is just such a powerful reminder that laws aren't just words on a page. They are the very architecture of people's lives and careers.